Peace and blessings, world, and welcome to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a fresh look on this week's hot topics. And one of the hottest topics this week was the New York Football Giants sitting a legend down for Mr. Geno Smith. They had the world in an uproar, and we're going to talk about it today. I am your host, Irvin Hawkins. First, I'd like to introduce the panel, Mr. Young and Talented Courtney Chappelle. How you doing, sir? Okay. And we also have the great orator and tactician, Mr. D. Burks. What's going on?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's football time. It's football season. It's in the air. It's everywhere. Let's do it.
And we got Mr. Blueprint, Jeremy Flanagan. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, doing great. How's everybody doing?
Oh man, we doing excellent. We doing better than Coach McAdoo. So we want to first talk
Oh
about
wow.
the situation with the Giants. I tell you, it took what 2 days. They sat Mr. Manning, and now they out of work. At first, we thinking Manning is out of a job, but now the coach and the GM is out of job. I gotta let Mr. Young and Talented take this first because this is your squad. What happened in New York this weekend?
Um, this weekend it was time for everybody to go. That was it. It was like a restart. Um, I told y'all the last time we was here, we spoke about this. I warned y'all. Hold on, let me get the light on for y'all right quick. Take the lights off. My bad, people. My bad, world. Let me make sure I make this clear for y'all. Anybody that worked for a team in the New York market, you got an owner, and then you got co-owners. Your co-owners is the state and cities inside New York. And when you start getting disrespectful, you're gonna get the hell out. And the way he sat Eli was disrespectful. He did a lot while he was here. Listen, I like Ben. Ben is I. Ben just got a little arrogant. Ben won some games and thought it was about him and thought it was him. He got that Aaron Rodgers kind of thing going on. But he ain't playing with Aaron Rodgers. He playing with Eli Manning. And I get it. When you're playing with Aaron Rodgers, you can ask Aaron Rodgers to do things that normal quarterbacks can't do. Eli can't do all that. But what I will
And
say is,
real,
listen. But what I will say
yeah, yeah,
is,
real. Uh huh.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. It's like you making some good points here, but I think when you're dealing with somebody like Eli,
Mm-hmm,
you dealing with a brand,
mm-hmm.
and the brand is called Manning. And it's like when you're dealing with a brand such as that, personally, I feel like Archie got on the phone, called Mr. Morris, said, "Listen, you better handle this. You don't sit a Manning down like that." And he had to deal with the backlash of dealing with that brand. How you feel
Right.
about that?
I think you're giving the brand more credit than the man. I think you're dealing with Eli.
Ooh.
All right, he is the brand. He is part of a huge brand, but he is his own man. And in New York City, he is the man as far as quarterback. He got two of them. He got the right to say that. A lot of people could say what they want about his interception. Drew Brees has more interceptions currently, so I don't want to hear that because you wouldn't talk to Drew Brees like that. So don't talk to him like that. And he is top five in yards and
Hey, you
complete.
not? Hey, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. You're not gonna throw number nine in there. You're not gonna throw number nine in there because I know you're tight. You better make sure that you tell the people at home that that boy done played in 30 less games than Drew Brees, and he almost right there in picks, like three away in
Almost
30
only,
less games.
hey,
30.
excuse me, almost only counting horseshoes. And there's a guy named
Oh,
Brett
boy,
Favre
you,
up there.
ooh, you, ooh.
Hey, there's a boy named Brett Favre up there, and he got
Oh,
just
I
as
can't
many.
believe
He's
you
a Hall
did
of
that.
Famer too.
Oh,
Be
Oh,
okay,
boy.
so you feel like it wasn't Archie. You feel like it was Eli that
I feel
sat down
like
and made this call.
I feel like it was Eli the same way I feel like it was Eli on draft night. Y'all want to keep talking about his
No,
daddy?
sir, that
That
was
man his own
Archie.
Oh, that
man.
was that. You tripping. You was tripping. Dad made that
All
call,
right,
boy. Better
all
stop
right,
playing.
all right,
Big brother and dad say, hey, man, look, let's go.
all right.
I ain't with you
And
now.
you know, funny, Court, we was talking about this early. Tell the world what you call Eli, man, when he made that. When you say he made that call, what was Eli's name?
Oh no, 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 no! It wasn't a call. When he set up that meeting, He set up that meeting with John Mara. That was Elijah Manning setting up a meeting. That's Elijah
Hey,
Manning. That's who you're talking to.
Please let me get in here, bro. This boy's amazing.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Get some great order and
Listen,
tactician. Get some.
first of all, people, let me go ahead and put this thing in its proper perspective. How he just tried to throw the great number 9, who just came second of all time in completions, right behind Brett Favre, just past Big Brother Manning. He gonna talk about Eli and Drew Brees. Let me paint the picture for y'all. Drew Brees came into the league in 2001. Eli came in the league a whole 3 seasons after number 9 in 2004, and he is only 3 picks behind him. And he probably would have threw 3 picks in the game this Sunday, but they benched his ass. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what's really good and what's really going on. I agree with what Courtney said about how the organization decided to handle Eli Manning. Eli Manning has never got any trouble. He's been starting for you 210 games. He's one of the best employees you ever had in the history of the franchise. He's done nothing wrong to deserve this kind of treatment, especially from a guy in Ben McAdoo who all he want to do is look cool, wear his fleece, and slick his hair back. Come on with the games, man. The boy don't have that kind of clout. The GM didn't have that kind of clout to make that kind of decision. Now, I do agree with Courtney that the organization wanted to go in another direction, which we all could probably agree with, but it was the way that they elected to handle the situation was wrong, and Eli Manning handled it in the professional manner that he's always handled it. We gonna wait. Do what y'all got to do. Don't worry about it. You get off that flight, I'm coming to talk to you. I ain't going through that. I'm not talking to the coach no more. What I'm talking to him for? I'm not talking to the GM no more. I got the last laugh. All y'all asses gone, and I'm still gonna be there remaining as a New York Giant.
Wow. I guess Mr. Elijah has that kind of cachet and that
The
kind of
book of
power.
Eli. The
Mr.
book of
Blueprint,
Eli.
you've been quiet on this one. You got a fiery quarterback on your team also. How do you feel about this New York Giants situation with Mr. McAdoo, or should we say McAdoo?
I think what McAdoo was trying to do was save Eli from injury. Maybe he know the season is depleted. He lost pretty much all his receivers. They're not competing for anything, so I understand 210 games you started, but at the same time, what is the point of you continuing to take risks and putting yourself out there to get hurt when you can allow a backup to come in and just go ahead and let them play, figure out what it is the team is going to do? You know you're in a rebuilding stage. Guess what? That's time for you to still go back to the drawing board, sharpen up on your skills, and come back next year with the mindset of winning. They know the season was done. We made all this big fuss about Eli being benched. He should have been benched a long time ago. Let's
So
just
are
Hold,
real.
you?
Slim,
The
you
way the
will.
season,
Hold on. Hold, Slim.
the
Hold
way
on.
the season
Hold
has
on.
been going,
Whoa,
the way the season has been going, and the New York Giants itself, they have been pure garbage all year long. They've been garbage. They've been garbage. They haven't been up to par like we thought they were going to be
They
because
won garbage when they played the Falcons in the playoffs, and they won garbage when they played the Patriots in the playoffs. I
it
will
was the.
say that. But
We're
Court,
not
I
talking
mean,
about
not
the
Court.
past.
Jeremy, I
We're
just want to
talking
ask you a
about this
question.
season.
I just want to
This
ask you a
season.
question. Jay, can I ask you a question? Be that
What's
as it
up, man?
may, Eli Manning may have not been playing at a high level. We got a lot of injuries on the O line that you have failed to not mention. You got a lot of injuries in the secondary that you failed to not mention. My biggest issue with Eli
I
Manning was
said
that
they've been injured. It ain't about who
great
in
or
particular. I just
hold
said
on,
they
Jay.
team
I'm painting the
didn't
picture because I'm
compete.
going to ask you a question. I'm painting a picture for you. So my issue with Eli Manning is that being a Hall of Fame level quarterback that he is supposed to be, because I don't like him like that, but I got to respect his career. I felt that in these ball games they were supposed to have been fighting, and they supposed to be like 5-6 right now or something like that. But my question to you is, if we going in another direction and we trying to see what the people on our team can do, why was the answer Geno Smith? That's what I want you to ask me.
Hey, I have. First of all, guess what? Geno's
No,
almost
don't run.
what?
Don't run. We're not running track. This is not a sweep left. I
He's
want to
their
know
backup
if we
quarterback. You asked
rebuilding,
them. They
and we got to see
they
the young
signed
boys.
him.
Huh? What you
They
say?
signed him. They signed him.
You're
Well,
not hearing
well,
what
That's
I'm saying, bro. I'm
so
gonna ask you
obviously
again.
he was good enough.
No, no,
Obviously he
no,
was
no,
good
no,
enough to
no, no.
be
I'm
on the
gonna ask you
NFL
again.
team.
So maybe I'm gonna give you another chance to hear the question for what it is. They had an opportunity to say we're in rebuilding mode. We rebuilding. We done. Scrap turkey. We gonna put
Oh,
Geno Smith in the
so it
game
matters. Oh, so it matters
instead
who
of the
they
young
gave the
buck.
job. So it matters who they gave the job to. If it was Colin
Oh,
Kaepernick,
it do
you
matter.
would have been tripping.
Yeah, it do matter because your team,
You would have
your
been
team
tripping
just
if it
did
was
that.
Colin Kaepernick.
When
I'm asking.
when
If it was
when
Colin
Tom Brady
Kaepernick,
got hurt,
who was
when
backing
Tom
up.
Brady got
If it
hurt,
was Colin,
when
you're not
Tom hey
answering my question.
Jeremy,
If
when
it was
Tom
Colin
Brady got
Kaepernick
Yes.
hurt,
backing up
they
Eli
didn't
Manning,
say
you would
okay,
have had a
hold on,
problem with that.
fellas, real quick, fellas, real quick. Let me just get some real quick. First and
Jacoby
foremost, in turn,
Brissett.
hold
Jacoby Brissett did
on.
not make the game
In
before he was
terms of
about. I know that.
it being Geno, hey, real quick. In terms of it being Geno Smith, I know a lot of people have feelings about it being Geno Smith, but let's be honest. Geno Smith never really got a real chance to shine in the
Yeah,
NFL.
he did. He
Let's be
started.
honest. No, he
He
didn't.
started
The man got like 2 years to start.
and didn't do nothing.
He really did. Yeah, but
So you're
sometimes it
supposed to.
takes a little
How
longer than that. The man he ain't getting no chance.
What?
And
exactly?
let's be honest.
They
Let's
let
be
guys
honest.
like
He didn't play. He didn't play
We're
that
talking
bad this
about
week.
somebody who are fans of Tom Brady. We're talking to Jeremy. That man, Tom Brady, got in the game and ain't look back. Stop playing with me, man. Geno Smith is
but
trash,
every
man.
quarterback ain't going to be built like that. Drew Brees didn't come in the game dominating
What you mean?
his first
What
2
you
years.
mean? You better look
Let's be
up number
real.
9 and
They
realize
gave him a
he's a
chance.
Pro
They
Bowler
gave him
on
a
two
chance.
different teams. You better
Did
be
they not give him a
respectful.
chance? But did they not give him a chance his first more than 2 years?
What you? And he ball. What are you talking about? He had 2 years
Guess
to
what?
ball.
Guess what? Guess
I
what?
don't get it.
Matt Ryan, trash. But they
How's Matt
still
Ryan
gave that
trash?
man a
His
chance
first year.
more than 2 years
Matt Ryan
with the
first
Atlanta
year as a
Falcons. And he's
quarterback, he went
trash.
to the playoffs. He went to the playoffs as a
He's
rookie, and then
trash.
he also delivered his first the first winning records in the history of the franchise. 2 back-to-back years.
And
So we can't say
they
he trash.
trash though. And they trash.
How we gonna say we
They
can't say he
trash.
trash?
And also
NFL
another
MVP,
point. Also
Super
another
Bowl
point.
MVP, you just called trash. Make sure you remember that.
Also another point. Hey, it's on wax. Another point. We got to look at the history of the New York Football Giants. Remember how they did Phil Simms? That might be before y'all time, but I remember Phil Simms having a retirement speech with tears in his eyes, talking about how he still wanted to play, but the Giants was ready to move on, and they did move on. And we talking about another Super Bowl MVP. So the Giants have a history of doing this to Super Bowl MVPs. So honestly, this is nothing new to me. It's just once again that brand Manning was much more powerful than the man
No, how about
McAdoo.
you keep blaming the name Manning. I got you on the name Manning, but the man you are referring to is the best. You talking about Phil Simms? I am the best one. Yeah, you did it to the one, but I am literally the best one. I got all the records. I'm out here,
Oh, Phil Sims
and
got some jewelry too now.
huh, listen. I respect Phil Simms for who Phil Simms is. I respect him. I'm just saying the facts. The best one. I got you. Ben McAdoo got a little arrogant. His message from he was, you know what it was? Let me not say arrogant. Let me be honest. Let me not do that to Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo was straightforward and he told it like it was. He delivered the message the way he interpreted it and the way he wanted to. I believe he wanted to move on earlier. I just think he didn't approach it the right way. He didn't see he didn't come off as a people person. And the way he said it, sometimes it's the way you said it, not what you said. The way he said it was offensive, probably. That's how I'm taking it from what
And
I'm
you know
taking.
what, Courtney? That's the perfect segue to go into our next topic. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when your boy Tom Brady walked back on the sideline and Josh McDaniels said what he said to him,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady didn't like that one bit.
Right.
So, Jeremy, I got to start with you because that's your quarterback. How you feel about him talking to his coach like that?
The way this is what I'm going to say about this because I know the different angles a lot of people are going to take this. But with Tom Brady and what it is he did with Josh McDaniels, was it right? No, it wasn't right. But is it bigger than what it is? Are we making it bigger than what it is? Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, they're both competitors. Tom Brady is a competitor. Josh McDaniels is a competitor. They are always working together cohesively. It's not, oh well, they beefing on the sidelines and all this, that, and the third. No, it happened. Emotions of the game carry. I've seen one of the guys on our panel do it before. And at the end of the day, you
Hey,
get back to doing what it is he does.
tell the people on the panel what happened to
And
D
he
Burst
do
when
it
he
with
did
his
it.
Well, hold on, but real quick, D Burst, before we let him off the hook, because yeah, I feel like you speaking with your heart, Jeremy. Because if this was Terrell Owens, they would be
What?
lighting him up. They would still be lighting this man up. He had a situation like this with Donovan McNabb, and they talked about it for weeks. Stop talking with your heart, man. Give it to me. Come on.
But with Donovan, but with Terrell Owens, this is what you got to understand with Terrell Owens issues and versus Tom Brady issues with Josh McDaniels. It stayed right there. Terrell Owens took issues to the media. Oh, did y'all see what
No, the
quarterback did? Or
media,
did you see
no,
what
the
this happened
media,
in the media? This, that, and the
the
third.
media took
Terrell
issues
Owens
to
caused
him.
a lot
Don't
of
do that. Don't do
Terrell
that.
Owens caused a lot of issues upon himself. Let's just be real and call it for what it is. He did. He did. If he didn't, we wouldn't have a discussion. We wouldn't be talking about it. But he did.
Can I get
He done
in?
a lot of
Please let
things.
me in. Oh my God,
Hey,
this
hey,
guy.
But at the end of the
Let
day,
D Birds
but
get
at
in.
the end of the day,
Go ahead,
let,
Jay. Go ahead.
go ahead. At the
What
end of
is?
the day, like I said, Tom Brady was wrong, but this is not going to be something that's going to keep Tom Brady from possibly being MVP, going to be a Hall of Famer. He ain't got to worry about those issues because Tom
But
Brady wasn't doing the foolery
but that keeps
of what
T.O. from
Terrell
being
Owens
it.
was doing.
But that keep T.O. from being it.
Don't
So you
tell
try
them
to,
to.
man, let me
Tom
get in,
Brady
bro.
and
I can't
T.O.
wait no longer.
on the
I can't wait no
sidelines are
longer.
not the same.
Let me go
Not
ahead
the
and tell the
same.
people. Let me go ahead and tell the people because Jeremy tried to put me. He didn't say the name, but I ain't scared to say the name. I had a conversation with my head coach, Phil Williams, in high school. Me and him had an altercation. I yelled at the coach. You know what the coach did? Coach said, D. Burst, you ain't better than this team. You ain't better than nothing. We gonna kick you off. It took the other coaches to talk Coach Williams back and to let me on the team because of how embarrassed that I embarrassed myself, I embarrassed my family, and I hurt my teammates. You know what Coach Williams did? He let me back in the game. You know what his reward was for letting me back in the game? 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bang City. But he let me know at that moment we would not tolerate this and we won't happen again. How are you going to sit here and say that what Tom Brady did is okay and it's not going to stop him from going in the Hall of Fame, but it is stopping T.O. from going in the Hall of Fame? How are you going to sit here and say that like that's okay? It is stopping T.O. from going in the Hall of Fame for telling Donovan McNabb he missing throws, he messing up, he making mistakes, he out of shape. He's telling these folks this, but when the media said it's okay, but when he said it's a problem, how is that? But Tom Brady can yell at his offensive coordinator
Because
more than one. This is the
you,
second offensive coordinator he
yeah,
yelled.
and he yelled at
This
him
is the
on the
second
field.
one. He got
They
into it
kept
with
it.
Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien let him
They
know,
kept it
hey,
on the field.
you
Terrell
said,
Owens didn't keep
shut
stuff
up.
on the field. Did Terrell Owens keep it on the field? No, he did not.
Yes,
He
Terrell
took it
Owens
where?
kept on the field.
He
Every
took it
issue
where?
Terrell
He
Owens,
took it to the
yeah,
media.
he's in the
Just
locker
because
room and
we
some
seen
other
Josh
way it's not
McDaniels
outside the locker room.
and
He
Tom
is on
Brady get
wax saying
into it,
that.
we would
He is
never
on
know.
wax saying that, bro.
It would never go as
You
far as the
tripping.
media. Let's be real.
Say that. Say that
It
again.
won't.
Say that again. What you say about T.O. again?
I
Hey,
said
hey,
Terrell Owens took things to the media.
So
hey,
you trying to
That's
so you
why he
trying to
talked
tell
about
me.
his
So you
quarterback
trying to tell me. So you trying to tell me
McNabb
right now
to
with a
the media.
straight face. You trying to tell me with a straight face that T.O. go up to a quarterback and say, I'm open, you need to give me the ball, and it's not okay. But Tom Brady can go to not one head coach, I mean not one coordinator, but two coordinators. Let them have it, and that's okay. That's what you trying to tell me.
Of course it's okay. You done did it
What?
before. People do it. That don't mean he
What?
ain't gonna suffer the
Man,
consequences.
that is
He may
not
have to
okay.
run.
Mind you, you
We
do
ain't
know
gonna
that we're
give about
recording. You
that.
said it was wrong. So because you said it was wrong, that means it's not okay. You do
hey,
know that's what you said, right?
and
I'm
world, you
saying
listening
that.
to
Guess
a
what?
spirited one
It happened,
on
bruh.
That's
Fresh
not
It
okay.
happened.
Perspective.
You just
We
make
don't know
sure
what's going
you
to
make
be the
sure it's
mistake.
okay.
We don't know what's going to. We don't know how he's going to be penalized for what it is he done. We just know
Man, we're
that
not
hey,
worried about
it
him being
happened.
penalized for what
But
he's done.
Tom
Some
Brady is
money. He ain't
not
worried
going to
about no
be.
money.
But let's just call it for what it is. Let's
They,
call it for what it is. Tom Brady's not going to be fired. He's not going to be kicked off the team.
That's
He's
the
not going to
problem.
lose pay.
That's the problem. You got a guy in
No,
Eli Manning
no,
who said
no. Let me tell you why.
he
Let me
everything
tell
on
you
the
why.
chin, and he banged Tom Brady when he see him, but he get treated like this, and Tom Brady can go around and do what he want to do, say what he want to say, act how he want to act, deflate football, do whatever he want to do, and it's okay. That is not okay, bro.
And you know what? That's a testament of. That's a testament of winning. Winning comes with power.
Huh? Yeah, I
And,
know. I
and,
know
and
when it
Tom
comes to
Brady
power.
played
But
with
Eli
too many
just showed his
positions.
power too, and you
Of
better hope he don't
power.
never play you again because he's gonna win again.
Okay, Eli just showed power with Ben McAdoo. Let's be real. Who is that
and
guy?
and real quick, when you ask who is that guy, the guy I would like to talk about is that young and talented Mr. Courtney Chappelle. You've been quiet on this one. I want to hear your take on it. Talk to me.
My take on this topic, Jeremy, I get what you mean. Winning it is power, and some people could do certain things in certain avenues. But if it was T.O., when it is T.O., is demonstrative. If it was a black quarterback, if that was Deshaun Watson, it would have been demonstrative, his attitude, his arrogance. Who does he think he
Cam
is? So
Newton.
what? Have more respect. Go out
Cam
better. You're
Newton.
better than that. You're a champion than that. But I will say this. I'm with you on what power does, but as a people, if we're gonna do it, if we're gonna put it all over the media and chastise them and get on top of them. If this was Odell Beckham Jr., he'd be a diva. He'd be out of control. His owner would need to speak to him. It'd be
Talk to
all
him
over the
about
media.
Cam.
Yeah, yeah. It could be a lot of people. It don't matter who you are. If it's not right, then make sure everybody get it the same way. It's the same way I'm gonna get it. He should get it the same way. Just because he won, don't mean he's allowed to act that way. Now I get he will, and some people handle it differently. But it's not okay. We never gonna say it's okay. It's never okay for you to be able to do it and nobody else. They supposed to be equals, right? Or are they not equal?
Oh, so are you talking about some possible privilege?
I'm just saying, are they not equal people? Yes or no? Are they not both men playing the sport of football?
They're both, they're both men playing the sport of football, but the thing is, at the end of the day, is who
So
carry more.
you
Hey
Who
tell me
can
man,
that
carry?
resume. Hold on,
Cam
wait.
Newton,
So
Who carry?
resume,
Cam
hold on,
Newton
hold on.
get penalized for
Resume
being
determine
6'5",
More
250
more names.
and getting
Some
hit
names
all the
carry more
time.
weight.
But somebody
Some
touched Tom
names.
Brady
Let's be real
shoestring
though.
and he
Some
fell.
names carry more weight than anything else. That's like
so
saying
you're
we got
willing to admit
all of us
resume
play.
matters.
All of us play for the Patriots, but that don't necessarily mean everybody's on the same pay scale. Just because I
Hey
may be at
Irv,
a higher pay
I'm not
scale, so
asking
that
about
means
your money. I'm not asking
Yes,
about your
sir.
money.
hey Court, can I ask Irv a question?
Hey, yeah, go ahead, brother.
Hey, hey Irv, for the people, tell the people how many championships the Patriots got when Josh McDaniels left and came back as the coordinator, and also tell the people the last time Denver Broncos won a championship, won a playoff game prior to their Super Bowl run with Peyton Manning.
All right,
Who was the coach of that team?
I take this easy alley oop. When Josh McDaniels was not with the Patriots, they didn't win any championships. When he came back, they got two. And
Two.
then your
so
boy
we
Tim
never we
Tebow, hold on, your boy Tim Tebow has a playoff
so we
win
never won a
because of
championship without Josh McDaniels.
You ain't
not
won
not
nothing since he left and came back.
you ain't won one since he left and came back, brother. Y'all
Don't
was
give me no Bill O'Brien and no Charlie White. Don't give me that.
yeah. When Josh McDaniels left, y'all was on a drought. He came back, y'all got two.
But
Two.
at the end of the day, who's the man in New England? Who's the man?
Huh?
So ain't no Josh McDaniels.
Well,
Huh?
Why we trying to give Josh McDaniels more weight? Who's the man? If
I
Bill
tell you
Belichick
this.
don't have a problem with it,
Hey,
he's the head coach.
just make sure you remember that if that team turn on him, you make sure you remember that if that team ever turn
What?
on him, because they can't talk to the
That
coach.
ain't gonna happen.
Nobody can talk to the coach or get away with what they can get away with like Tom Brady can. And if that
You
team,
reaching now, man.
I'm not reaching at all. I'm
You
not reaching
reaching.
at all. That man is not gonna when they get in the meeting today and not gonna issue apologize to the team and to Josh McDaniels personally. You watch what they take your football team. Book it.
Well, I tell you what. Since y'all gonna reach, what I'm gonna reach for is I'm gonna reach for the final perspectives. And matter of fact, Jeremy, you on fire again, brother. So we gonna start with you. What's your final perspective first on Mr. Elijah, and then bring it home with Mr. Tom Brady.
My final perspective for Elijah is if at the end of the day he still could have played in the game, but he took it upon himself to not uh, play in the game in its entirety. We failed to mention that. It was Eli who literally benched himself because he was going to play a half, but he did decide to bench himself and take himself out of the whole entire game, which was failed to be mentioned amongst everything. Eli did this to himself, and I think as a testament to the season, you can't blame the head coach, and it's a part of the game, man. And it sucks that he has to be on that side of the stick, but hopefully they're able to rebound and get somebody in there who can help build this team back up to its championship status. And as for Tom Brady, hey, I just think as a whole right now, we just gotta calm down and get back to as winning football games. What Gronk did on the sidelines was not good. What Tom Brady did on the sidelines was not a good look. But we have to get back to winning because we got Pittsburgh coming up. I'm not worried about those issues. They're gonna take care of themselves. We're gonna keep the train rolling.
Okay, cool. And let us keep the train rolling. I'm gonna go with you, great orator and tactician, Mr. Elijah, Mr. Tom Brady.
Look at man, I got the utmost respect for Eli Manning. He did it the right way. He took it like a G, and he had the conversation he needed to have with management because of his power. As Jeremy would like to put it. But it's gonna work itself out. They're in the rebuilding year. Hopefully, the new regime want to build with him. If not, he's gonna get an opportunity to go to a ready-made team that all they need is a game manager quarterback to get them over the hump. So I look forward to seeing what transpired with Eli Manning. As far as Tom Brady is concerned, I totally disagree with the take of Jeremy Flanagan. That's his team, so I understand where he's coming from with that. He's strictly talking to his heart because I'm telling you right now, he got three sons, and if one of the sons talk to him like that, he know the other two can't talk like to him like that. So if Tom Brady don't go out there and save face and make this thing right, it's gonna come back on because he losing control of the football team. That's why Gronk out there acting a fool. Coaches talking to him all crazy. He talking to coaches all crazy. So let me get this right. Tom Brady didn't throw a touchdown in the game, and he threw one interception in the game, and you got a coach coming to give you information on how to make you better, which is the coach's job, and you cuss him out. That's not okay with me.
All right, all right. And then we're gonna let Mr. Young Talent end it off because first I want you to talk about Brady, and then I want you to talk about Mr. Elijah.
Ready to go. You know you can't be out there wilding. I get it. Sometimes you got to spaz on a coach. I I really don't see the big deal. I just get more upset when they make the big deal when the TOs or the OBJs of them in the world do it. I really don't care. I get it. Sometimes coach be wild and he say something. I know that. You don't think I know that? You don't think I just seen what I just did out there? Like,
All right, all right. We have a little bit of okay, cool.
or sometimes you supposed to saying it's okay. Um, as far as Eli, you got two choices, brother. It's just this simple. You on your way out, brother. So you can walk out the door, or you can leave. I mean, that's the same thing. Let me do this a better. You can walk in the new quarterback, the new face of the New York Giants, draft him, groom him, and know that next year is kind of your last year out, kind of how Kurt Warner did it for you. Or you can just play out your contract and go where you want to go, however long you want to play. I just think your time here is over. The organization is getting ready to change in a drastic way. You did great. Hang them up. Go if you want to play. Go to the Jacksonville, brother. Go with the old coach and see what y'all can do. See how long you can stretch this thing. But it's over. We got Ben McAdoo. Jerry Reese had to take the shot. I'm sorry for you, brother. As a black brother, I don't mean to do it to you, but you gotta go. You tripping out here too. And it's time to get back to it. Everybody on the watch card now. Now we watching to see who the next quarterback to come in. Eli could bring him in, or Eli could say, "Fuck that, I'm out." You figure it out.
Okay, and I just say my final perspective is this. When I think about, I mentioned the brand a couple times today, and I think about it makes me think about possible brands that didn't beat, didn't make it. It's like, the Manning brand had potential and it fulfilled its potential and it is what it is. I kind of think about that Vic brand and how special that Vic brand could have been if not only Mike held up his end of the bargain, but if Marcus held up his end of the bargain.
Mm.
That Vic brand could have been just as powerful, but it didn't happen. And so I hate to see things like that happen. Also, in terms of Tom Brady is the GOAT. But I do agree with Young Talent, man. It's like, it's not even how the media depicts these things. And this is why Fresh Perspective came to be in the first place, because we wanted to keep it 100% of the time. Tom Brady was wrong. And if it was another quarterback that didn't have the same amount of cachet or didn't have the same amount of power per se, they would be tearing him up.
Yeah, like
So
they did Cam.
let's call it even. Tom Brady, you wrong, and I hope you made that situation right. Well, peace and blessings, world. I hope you enjoyed this. This show was a little longer than usual, but it was packed full of emotion, power, and passion. Please hit the like button. Please tell a friend. Please share. We out till we see you again. Peace and blessings.